Moyen, je suis là. Je
All
vous
good
vois
with the
pas, mais
light?
c'est
No?
marrant.
Okay. I
Vu que c'est
can't
la
see
chambre
you. I'm
additionnelle
being
à ça.
blinded by the lights,
Je voudrais
but
parler avec
okay.
vous du milieu de terrain des
I
Espagnols, parce qu'on
just
parle
want to
beaucoup de leur
talk about
football, qui vont
midfield, Spanish
certainement
midfield. We talk about
faire
their
des
wingers a
enjeux
lot,
demain pour vos
who will
latéraux, mais
probably
on peut aussi parler de
be
l'influence d'un
difficult
joueur comme
for
Rodri,
your
celle de Fabian
wingers
Ruiz.
and
Est-ce
your
que
fullbacks
vous avez
rather.
prévu quelque
But
chose sans
Rodri,
évidemment nous révéler tous vos
have
plans
you?
tactiques? C'est pas ça que je
Is
demande,
this
mais le regard que vous
something
portez
that
sur
you have thought
l'impact de
about?
ces hommes-là dans le jeu de l'Espagne.
Have you thought about the impact that this will have? Yeah, obviously, for all of the different Spanish teams, they've always had the ability to have a good midfield. They work as a three up until Pedri obviously was there before, and they have that ability to help the Spanish team keep a hold and control of the game. It also makes them dangerous up front, but we know that the midfielders are strong as well, with Rodri especially, who is a player that is essential to the Spanish team. But actually, it's everyone in the Spanish team, everything that they've been doing on the pitch since the beginning of this competition. I'm not trying to put stress or pressure on them, but they're the team that has had the best Euros for the moment. They're the ones who are leaving the best impressions after every game. Didier Samuel from M6. Since the beginning of the competition, you have had a goalkeeper who is very strong, Mike. What are the qualities that you like with this goal? So when I say Mike Magnon, when you say this, what comes to mind? You don't need me to tell you why he's a great high-level goalkeeper. He's got a great presence on the pitch, on the deck, in the air, wherever the ball's coming from. He's a great leader for our team, and he leads the pack. But maybe now he's being showcased a little bit more than before, but it's not talent that suddenly cropped up overnight. He had injury issues before, which maybe prevented him from this continuity. Benjamin for Le Parisien during the last game, Kylian Mbappe said that he was tired and he wanted to come off during the extra time. Have you spoken to him? Has he reassured you? And what have you been able to do in the very short space of 4 days to get him back on track? Say it's 100% for tomorrow. He had played 110 minutes of football, so we know that extra time was a little bit hard for him. So I don't think it's Kylian, and physically and from a muscular point of view, even if he's seeing slightly off, he will still be on that pitch. But we wanted to let him rest up as much as he needed to. Same for all of the players. 4 days is quite short. If we would have had 1 day extra, it would have been better. But obviously, every team is singing from that same song sheet. We did everything that we could, and I am convinced that Kylian is in the right headspace, as are all of my players. They are in it, but it's not linked to the last game. It's everything else that has changed. The end of his season, where he wasn't used to during prep. As I mentioned, he had an issue with his back, and now he's taken a blow to the nose, and he knows it. It could have been the end of the road for him, but he's still participating. He's still here. He needs to digest this. He needs to get used to the new playing conditions as well. But I am convinced that tomorrow, Kylian, just as the rest of the group, will do everything they can to give it 110%. Hi, Didier from L'Equipe over here. Tomorrow you are going to come up against Aymeric Laporte, who once played for France and now he is slipping on that Spanish jersey. At his level now, would you see him back in France? I don't know. I'm happy for him. He's probably happy with his choice, and that's the most important. There's someone else who could have also been happy, but no, I don't have any regrets with regards to Aymeric Laporte. Or the fact that he is enjoying his time in Spain, and I think it's the case.
Hello, Didier. I'll ask in English.
Yeah.
Thank you. Merci. Carrie Ramby in Sports. You say that Mbappe is trying to get the right headspace.
J'ai rien compris, on m'a traduit en anglais alors.
Non.
Vous parlez anglais, on me traduit en anglais donc.
I'm only hearing the English in my ear.
Could you repeat your question, please? Yeah. Okay. In English, okay.
Yeah. You said that Mbappe is trying to get the right headspace after the injury to his nose and wearing the mask. What are you doing to help him adapt to that and the fact he nearly left the tournament? And philosophically, some people are saying ahead of this tournament, ahead of this match, that he maybe shouldn't start. What's your philosophical reply to that?
Je pense, je sais pas, ça a été traduit en tous les cas. Ouais. Kylian, ben oui, évidemment, il a une situation.
So yes, he's in a new situation for him. The fact that he's having to wear the mask, which means, as I've said before, he has vision or field of vision that is modified. This was a huge shock to him, and as I mentioned before, it was something that he had to get used to. With the bruise as well, the bruise is gone, so that's the swelling's gone down as well. But with each day, his nose is getting stronger and stronger. He's going to have to get used to this now for a couple of weeks, I would think, and maybe even months with the mask wearing.
Bonsoir Didier.
Oui.
Charlotte Harper from The Athletic. Il y aura quelqu'un d'autre au stade qui va regarder le match.
There's someone else at the stadium tomorrow, Lucas Hernandez. Have you got a message for him after his injury? Thank you. Yes, I heard that Lucas will be there probably tomorrow. I know that he's wholeheartedly with us. I have spoken to him a few times now, and I know even though he was just coming out of one injury and then he went into another, but I know that he'll do everything. He's a fighter, and he's going to do everything to come back at his best level possible. And he's someone who is very joyful. He shares this joy, and therefore I'm delighted. I will be delighted to see him tomorrow, and if he's there with us.
Bonsoir Didier, Baptiste Després, Le Figaro.
Hi Didier, Baptiste from Le Figaro over here. The French team hasn't been scoring goals, and we heard yesterday that there's not a good enough presence in the box. We know that Olivier Giroud has been warming the bench. Why hasn't he come onto the pitch? He came on 3 times. Oh, you mean he doesn't start? Okay, I have choices to make, and with Olivier, it's about, yeah, he can be quite. He didn't start the 3 games, but he came on. He wasn't more efficient than others. But everything depends on the situations, the games, the opponents. But obviously, the fact that we need more bodies in the box. Yeah, I wouldn't be against that, but it's not by putting everyone in the box that we're going to be more cutting edge in front of the goal. We've got chances. We could have more chances, obviously, but it's not because of a lack of chances. It's because we're not maybe concretizing on those goal score opportunities. But with a game like tomorrow, this is something that's going to be important. Just very quickly, 2 questions. We'll start here.
There's a lot of talk about France with all these quality players playing quite boring. What do you think about this thing as boring compared to people wanting more exciting football?
Vous êtes suédois, vous êtes sûr? Non, vous êtes déguisé.
You're Swedish? No. No, you live in France. Your French press disguised Swedish press. So if you're getting bored, you know what? Watch another game. That's fine.
Mis à part ça,
You don't have to watch. It's fine.
C'est un championnat d'Europe
it's a European championship. It's very difficult for everyone. Up until now, there have been maybe it's not the same as in the past, but we do have the capability to share emotions, to make lots of French men and women happy through the results that we've been putting out the bag, especially in a period that has been quite difficult for our country. But I'm sorry if the Swedish are getting bored of our football. It doesn't really bother me that much. Last question.
Bonjour.
Good evening over here. When we've got Yamal and Williams, who are the wingers that we're coming up against, are you thinking about how do we need to defend against them, or are we thinking they don't defend and let's use that? Probably both of them. If they've got the ball, we need to be able to defend against them and defend like we have done up until now. But we can also need to push them to be in a zone that they don't like, and they're going to have to work down the back as well. That could maybe also help us limit their attacking capabilities. But these are game situations and both could happen. Do we have the ball? Do we not have the ball? Are we going to give them the ball but not in the right conditions? But these two players, Yamal and Williams, obviously they don't have the same quality, but it's what makes the Spanish team, gives them that extra because they've got verticality. With these two players, they're able to play up and down the pitch a lot more than box-to-box football, a lot more than other teams. Thank you very much, Didier. Well, we've got the training session at 6 p.m. open to media for the first 15 minutes.
Here for the first time. You just go out and then to the left, and you're almost already there at the pitch side. French training will start at 6 o'clock. 15 minutes are open to the media.